Yeah. So I just watched F1 finally. Finally saw F1 the movie, and it was really good. You know, I had a fun time watching it. Even though like during the movie I did like fall asleep, but I thought it was really good. Guys, welcome to my movie review to Formula One, the movie. All right, this is going to be a non-spoiler review. All right, let's get into it. So, Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, great job, in the movie. I like Damson Idris more than Brad Pitt. Even though like Brad Pitt in this movie is like he's like the white savior in a way. You'll see how, he kind of his character like uplifts this race car driving group to, you know, higher levels of achievement and success. But I do like his character, but not as much as Damson Idris' character, okay? Which is, yeah, Joshua, and then Brad Pitt's character is Sonny Hayes. So I thought this movie was on a true story, but it's not. Because, I'm not a big race car driving person. I do like cars. I do like how the race cars look. Like I said, I'm not a huge race car driving fan. I don't know much about NASCAR and Daytona 500 and F1. But I did watch Gran Turismo when it came out 2 years ago. I love that movie. I still think that movie is better than this movie. I do. But yeah, I love that movie. So I said, let me check this out. It's a race car driving movie. Everyone's talking about it. It's like one of the biggest movies out right now in the summertime. Brad Pitt's in it. So I said, let me go watch it, and it was good. This is basically like the Top Gun version of a race car. Like if you took Top Gun and put it in race car driving, that's what this is. And I think the same folks that helped make Top Gun also helped make F1. Okay, and I know Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt were friends, so. But yeah, they make you feel like you're in the car, like how on Top Gun, they make you feel like you're in the jet flying with Tom Cruise in the sky and whatnot. But I like how the camera was in the race cars, made you feel like you were on the road with the race car driving, the weather and whatnot. Even the crashes were insane. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But yeah, so Brad Pitt playing a guy named Sonny Hayes, who is a, old race car driving guy from way back in the day. And he's been through a lot of accidents in the past to the point where he should have retired a long time ago, but he can't give it up. Kind of like how wrestlers are. And you got a lot of wrestlers that can't give it up, even though they say they're done, retired, they cannot give it up. That's basically how he is in this movie, all right? He can't give up race car driving because he loves it, but at the same time, it scares him because the previous things that he experienced in the past with bad accidents and crashes. And, he meets up with an old friend, they link up, and he said, hey, come to the UK, London, at this group called Apex, and, F1, Formula One, and see if you can boost this team up and help us win and achieve, championship and money and success, and help us win races. And that's basically what it is. Him and then the Anthony Idris character, Joshua, they get into it. They have their moments of like friends, enemies. The ending was pretty cool, how they, worked together as a team, finally. It took a long time for them, like, be, like, friends and whatnot. But it's basically that young and old, like, tug of war, like, I'm old, so what do you know about this sport? I know how to do it. I'm young. You're old. You're washed. Get out of here, old man. This is my game now. This is my team. That's the back and forth between these two guys, which I liked. I heard Simone Ashley supposed to be in here. All right, the dark skin Indian queen, Simone Ashley. I like Simone Ashley. I didn't see her in here, so I'm guessing they replaced her with someone else, which is unfortunate because I want to see her in here. If she was supposed to be the love interest for Damson Idris character, I would have liked that. I know she's Indian, he's African. Hey, they both black and brown. I still want to see it. That would have been great. So that's unfortunate. But uh, there is a love connection with Sunny Hayes, Brad Pitt's character, and another woman. I do like that woman. She's actually, I think she's attractive. She has an accent, and she did play in another movie that I've seen before. I say I recognize her. And let me see. So yeah, it gets straight into it with the race car driving. I like how they show how they stop and get the tires on the race cars, and then they get back on the road driving. So that was cool to see how they got to get with the tires on quick because they have to keep going. So like I said, I did fall asleep during some parts during the movie because there was a lot of talking and a lot of race car driving. I was just like getting bored a little bit, kind of tired. But once it picked up, I was like, okay, now it's picking up. And then, you had those very, very bad car crashes. There's one car crash in this movie that is deadly. It is like severe. I'm like, wow. The guy next to me in the movie theater, he literally screamed. He's like, oh my God. The guy next to me, he was with his family. He was like literally like into it. I guess he loved race car driving. Maybe he did race car driving, but he was literally into the movie. And he was like, oh my God, like when that deadly car crash happened. And when that happened, I was like, wow, like I'm not gonna say who was in it, but I'm like, how did they survive that? That's a miracle. Like, how do you survive that? That's insane. So yeah, there's a very, very deadly car crash scene in this movie. Sunny Hayes, he gets into a lot of crash. Brad Pitt's character, Sunny Hayes, he gets into a lot of car crashes in this movie. I want to say at least 6, 7. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And they do say he's a reckless driver. Like he drives not crazy, but his style of driving is very aggressive and chaotic. He just drives. Like he doesn't really like follow the rules like that. He does, but he just drives. So that's his style of driving. But yeah, he gets into a lot of car crashes in here. I really, really love, so they travel across the world, different countries for their race car driving events, right? I love how the setups look at these race car driving events. It looks very clean. I love the designs of the F1 stages, the race car driving stages. You have Ferrari in here, Mercedes. I like how it looked clean. It looked clean. It looked like a nice design to it. And they went, you have the UK. They were in Dubai. Then they were in Las Vegas, and then they were at some other places. I really love how. I mean, overall, this movie was a great looking movie. Hands down, it was clear, it was pristine. It was a very, very great looking, clean movie. Okay. But I really like how the setups look with the race car driving tournaments and the races. Man, there's a lot of races in here. A lot of race car races. I'm like, man, another one? And another one? And another one? It's like at least, 8, maybe 9. But it goes by fast. But I'm like, man, it's like a lot of race car driving in here. Like, I like a lot of races in here. And like I said, I'm not a huge race car driving person. I like cars. I like fast cars. I like how they look and whatnot. But I'm not like into it. So I was a little like, I was taken out of it for the most part. Different parts during the movie. Like I said, when it picked up, I was like, okay, interesting. I like that. That was cool. Oh, that car crash. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. So, but yeah, great looking movie. I love the designs, the setup, the stages for the car races. I love how the camera makes you feel like you were in the race car and driving with, Sunny Hayes and Joshua, Damson Idris character and Brad Pitt's character. The car crashes were insane. There's a lot of car crashes in this movie. There's a race towards the end of the movie It's not the last race, but it's like the second to last race. It's at nighttime. I really like how that looks. I really like how the cars look and the lights look. You'll see it. For me, I liked it. But even in that scene, another car crash. So it's like car crash, car crash, car crash. It's like so many car crashes in this movie. Like, I know race car drivers go through a lot of car crashes, but is it that much? Is it that much? Because that's insane. That's a lot of trauma to the body and whatnot. But like I said, maybe I'll start looking into like the 500, NASCAR, Daytona 500, race car driving, F1. Maybe I'll look into it because it does pique my interest. This movie does pique my interest, and Gran Turismo, about race car driving. I do play race car driving games, but maybe I'll look more into it. But yeah, had a great ending. I would say it could set up for a second movie, and if it does, I would watch it. Yeah, I would watch it. But yeah, this is basically like Top Gun with race cars. It's a Top Gun race car driving movie, basically. So I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. I think this movie is really good. I think it's worth watching. I think if you are a race car driving person, a fan, just a fan of cars, then yeah, definitely go watch this movie. If you're a Brad Pitt fan, go watch the movie. Jennifer Idris fan, go watch the movie. But mainly, if you love cars, if you love F1, Formula One, race car driving, NASCAR, just race car driving, in general, yeah, I say go watch the movie. You'll enjoy it. And then, like I said, like they were talking about some of the things that they were talking about in this movie, like the turns and the signals and the points. How do you get a point when you're race car driving, and what to do here when you reach this point, and what to do there when you go there. It kind of confused me like a little bit. I was like taken out. I'm like, okay, I don't understand this. I'm confused. What's like? How do you win? How do you know you got the point? So that part of the movie I was kind of confused with. But like I said, I don't know much about race car driving, but I do like it. I still, even though this movie is really good, even though I liked it, even though it is a great looking movie overall, really great high quality movie, I still think that Gran Turismo is better. I do. And the reason why I say that is because maybe, I don't know, different cars, they weren't all the same car, like in this one, the F1. And I don't know how the cameras looked. I don't know. I just like Gran Turismo. I like Gran Turismo more than this movie, but I still like both. So Gran Turismo, I give it like a 10 out of 10. I give this a 9 out of 10. And I know there's other race car driving movies like Ferrari versus Ford. I might watch that. Yeah, and then I'll watch, maybe I'll watch Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise, maybe. But I might check out Ford versus Ferrari. That looks interesting. And then you have Rush with Chris Hemsworth. But as of right now, with race car driving, I would say F1 and Gran Turismo. But Gran Turismo, I still think is a little bit better. A little bit better. But yeah, and another thing, in this movie, F1, Sonny Hayes, he's kind of like bossing him around a little bit, Jennifer Idris. Like, come on, kid, like, you don't know what you're doing around here. Like, I've been through these crashes. I know what I'm doing. I think it's a little too much, like, where he was, like, attacking. I'm not attacking, but I know he's trying to help him, coach him. I feel like it was a little bit too much. But, I don't know. That's Brad Pitt. That's Sonny Hayes. That's his character. But, anyway, I enjoyed the movie. I would watch it again when it comes out. Because, like I said, I did fall asleep during certain parts. But yeah, a great looking movie, a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Solid 9 out of 10. All right, this is man Elijah. Please like and share and comment and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.